Hey guys, it's Tin Man the Nicktoons Fanatic 2001. Today in this video, I'm gonna share my thoughts on All Grown Up, Kamp Koral, SpongeBob's Underyears, Danny Phantom, The Patrick Star Show, and Bunsen is a Beast. Before I start, my next DVD opening will be out soon. The next DVD opening will be Lilith's Pet Shop Pet Stars. That will be my next video, which will be out later this week. So yeah. And also, I do believe that the My Little Pony seasons 1 and 2 are coming in the mail from Amazon. They will be coming soon in the mail from Amazon. And I'll do a DVD update on those whenever I have a special occasion, or whenever I finish the episode of Toontown Stories. So anyways, with that update off to the side, let's get on to my thoughts on Bunsen is a Beast, The Patrick Star Show, Kamp Koral, SpongeBob's Underyears, All Grown Up, and Danny Phantom. So first of all, for All Grown Up, I do remember watching it on my Nick Picks Volume 1 DVD set, and it was a very good show, actually. I know TJ129 says that it's not the same as the Rugrats, but as a big Nickelodeon fan who grew up in the 2000s watching Nickelodeon, it is definitely one of the best Nickelodeon spin-offs they ever released, and actually far better than the Fairly Odd Parents live-action movies, if you ask me. And I believe the first episode I watched was called Lucky 13. And that is probably my all-time favorite All Grown Up episode. And that is definitely my all-time favorite episode. And if I remember right, All Grown Up started in 2003, which was a couple years after the 10th anniversary special of the Rugrats, which came out in 2001. So yeah, I believe that's about right. So All Grown Up is definitely one of my favorite Nickelodeon shows from my childhood. So I definitely give that one 5 out of 5 stars. So now that I've shared my thoughts on All Grown Up, let's get on to my thoughts on Kamp Koral, SpongeBob's Underyears. Now, I do remember watching the first episode on Paramount Plus, I believe back in 2022. Yeah, that's about right, 2022. Sometime in April. It's another very good Nickelodeon show. I know a lot of people may not really enjoy it and think that Nickelodeon kind of broke the rules. But in all honesty, as a big SpongeBob fan, I really, really enjoyed Kamp Koral. And definitely one of my favorite SpongeBob spin-off cartoons, and it's the very first one. And although I am sad that the series only ran for 2 seasons, and it didn't have a lot of episodes, I still do think that the cartoon itself is very good. I still do think it is a very good cartoon. And Adam of the Adirondack 98, if you're watching this, if you don't like Kamp Koral, I can handle your opinion. So yeah. I believe the first episode I watched was called The Jellyfish Kid, yeah. And that was the first one I ever watched. And that was one of my favorites. And Lilith's Pet Shop has become one of my more favorite cartoons while I was watching Kamp Koral. And it was a very good cartoon though. So I give that one 4 out of 5 stars. So I definitely enjoyed Kamp Koral. So now the next show up is Danny Phantom. I do remember watching Danny Phantom on Nickelodeon as well, and it was another very good Nickelodeon show. And I do remember watching it on Nick Picks Volume 1 as well, which that episode was called Bitter Reunions. And it's a very good though. And what made me think of it is that the show is pretty much inspired by the 1984 film Ghostbusters, which is also a very awesome comedy. A very awesome comedy from 1984. Yeah, definitely one of the best comedies. And Danny Phantom is a very good cartoon though. So I definitely give that one 5 out of 5 stars since it is a Nickelodeon classic. And yeah, I haven't watched all of the episodes yet, but when the time comes, I will get to watching the entire series. Because I can't tell you the entire story or give you a review about it if I don't watch the entire series. Alright, so the next show I'm going to share my thoughts on is The Patrick Star Show. Now, I did watch the first episode of The Patrick Star Show on YouTube, and to be honest with you guys, I actually really liked that cartoon actually. I know it isn't really one of the best SpongeBob spin-off cartoons either. But because Patrick Star is one of my favorite characters, I do really enjoy that one. I really enjoyed the Patrick Star Show. And I believe it was released in 2021, which that was pretty much around the time when I was turning 20, or almost turning 20, and that was pretty much around the time when my time in school was then coming to an end, which I did graduate back in 2023, and I do now have a real job. But anyways, the Patrick Star Show is, in my opinion, a very good 2020s Nickelodeon cartoon. Actually, far better than the A Big Nate cartoon and the Misfortune of Being Ned spinoff. So yeah, I do give that one 4 out of 5 stars. So in my opinion, it's not as bad as viewers said it is. It's actually a lot better than Big Nate and The Misfortune of Being Ned. So yeah. And I believe the last TV show I will share my thoughts on is Bunsen is a Beast, one of the other rare Nickelodeon cartoons that's sadly forgotten. And I do remember watching it back in 2017, and I also enjoyed that as well. And if you ask me, one of my favorite characters, I believe my favorite characters from Bunsen as a Beast are, of course, Bunsen, Mikey, and Amanda. They are my favorite characters from the cartoon. And the first episode I watched was called Bunsen is a Beast. Bunsen is a Beast. Oh, excuse me. So yeah, Bunsen as a Beast is a very good cartoon. So yeah. And although I do feel sorry that Butch Hartman is no longer working on Nickelodeon after 2017, I still do have to thank him for being a very good employee at Nickelodeon, as well as working on shows such as Danny Phantom, The Fairly OddParents, and a few other cartoons as well, including, of course, the Oh Yeah cartoons. I do have to thank him for making those cartoons. And so overall, I do give Bunsen as a Beast also 4 out of 5 stars. I really am happy I got to watch that cartoon. So anyway, I think that's about all I have to say for my thoughts on those cartoons. And sometime in the future, I will share my review on all those shows. So that will wrap up this video, and I'll save the talking for another video. So as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace out, cartoon fanatics.